Imagine you're in an intense game. The room is silent. You can only hear the tick-tock of the clock. Your opponent jots something down in a notebook after moving their knight, a letter, a number, C3. It's not a military code or a mathematical formula. It's the language of chess. And if you want to improve, you need to learn to speak it fluently. To improve at chess, you need to learn notation, often known as the language of chess. Each square on the board has its name, which is actually a coordinate. As we've already mentioned, the vertical set of squares is called a file, and the horizontal one a rank. Each file on the board has a letter starting on the left of the board with A and ending on the right with H. Each rank on the board has a number starting with 1 on white side of the board and going up to 8 on black side. Each square is named after its coordinate. Let's get to know some squares. The square in the bottom left corner is called A1. Notice that we place the letter first and then the number. Let's take a look at where file E and the 4th rank meet. Since the arrows point to 4, the square is called E4. Let's move to a diagonal, starting at A1 and running all the way up the board. Notice that we reach square H8. Between both squares are B2, C3, D4, E5, F6, and G7. Together, they form the A1 to H8 diagonal, since the diagonal starts at A1 and ends at H8. Now that you've learned to identify each square on the board, it's time to learn chess move notation. Each piece is identified by a letter for its notation. In this example, the letter for the king is a capital K. If it's white's turn, let's suppose the king is going to move to square E2. The way to describe this move is by naming first the letter of the piece, in this case a capital K, and then the square it moves to, E2. Remember, a piece is always identified by a capital letter and the square letter is always lowercase. So after the move king to E2, putting it all together, we say EK2. Let's say black wants to play their king to D7. In this case, it's the same idea. Capital K, lowercase d, 7. First the piece, then the square. KD7. We'll use the same idea for the rest of the pieces. The rook is a capital R and the knight a capital N. If you want to master the language of chess, you can do so at BlackChess Academy, the best chess formation. Link in the video description.